Cities in 2030 are going to be a really interesting mix of existing cities that have expanded, but we're also seeing brand new cities emerge.
In China, they can go from nothing to a megacity of 20 million population in a very short period of time.
We can expect cities to create an even greater percentage of global GDP than they do at present, possibly even as much as 90% of global GDP.
One of the things that I think of when I think of cities of the future is the interdependencies and the interconnectedness. The infrastructure systems of transport, water and energy, all of which are now overlain with a digital layer, it makes them very dependent on each other.
Any kind of variations amongst that, any stresses, any damages, any events that might come through are going to have increasingly large impacts because of this interconnectedness.
One of the challenges is to be mindful of the need to be more resilient. If you're only focusing on one part of developing cities and sort of building these cities, which might be all about efficiency, then you're potentially creating vulnerabilities.
Calamity in a city could be triggered in a number of ways. There could be floods, earthquakes, hurricanes, things like pandemics, but even things like cyber attacks or space weather.
And one that is on the City of London's risk register is a solar storm.
Should one of these occur over one of our cities, we would have massive power outage, which would then cause significant disruption to things like our communication networks and our transportation networks.
In the impact of a solar storm, power transformers can potentially explode, and that is going to knock out power everywhere.
For the infrastructure systems on which a city relies, it's very easy to see, even if you take them one by one, that all of those are dependent to some extent on power.
Your mobile phone reception will suddenly disappear because none of the towers will be communicating with one another.
Even within the water sector, electricity is used to distribute water in different places.
But there's a very clear link between food and safety, and between water and safety.
It's used to desalinate water, it's used to distribute and remove sewage along the pipelines. So the consequences of that is going to be really catastrophic.
I would like to see that insurance, as we move forward, incentivises good behaviours and good decisions, and maybe testing systems to say how would this system respond to an unexpected event.
The Lloyd's market has got real insight and information that they can share with the insureds around risk management, and it's very important that customers should be thinking about these risks and not just the benefits, because they are opening up new vulnerabilities, and it's never been more important for insurers to think about protecting those areas.
At some time failures will happen, but we need to be able to have our systems respond gracefully to that, have them recover, and in fact have them recover to a better place than they were before.